Well, thanks for joining me, everybody. Scout and I are gonna cut a little firewood and thought we'd bring you along with us. We're strategically cutting firewood too. This is that Hidey hole food plot back here that was like 3/4 of an acre that the stump 3 is at. I've done a lot of work in here already cutting. There's lots of ash trees that are half dead or dying back here that I've been knocking down along the way. There's some really big soft maple trees that I got out of here as well, but lots of treetops in here. And our next target is this ash tree right here. Pretty big one, but the eastern ash borer is taking all these out, so we might as well get rid of them while we can still use them for firewood and stuff. My goal is to drop it right this way, right to the left of this cherry tree and right to the right of my sawtooth oak that I have growing right there. So we're gonna knock this down and then get after it and start cutting it up, get it back, get it split up and in the stove. I'm gonna go ahead and back this up so it's out of the way with the dog, and then we'll cut her down. Well, we dropped this ash right on the money right here, right through the gap. And I'll show you remnants of the eastern ash borer and what it does to these ash trees here. So if you look closely, you can see a hole through the bark right there. And if you come up here, there's a hole right there and then another hole right there. And as you go up, you can just see it actually looks like somebody riddled this thing with bullets. And it wasn't riddled with bullets, it's just the eastern ash borer has taken over all these ash trees in here, and they're all dying. So you can actually see a lot of these trees, the branches up top are all dead, and a lot of them have actually fallen to the ground. That little ash right there is totally dead. So it's just makes sense to take these out while we can still get use out of them. And it's great right here because I'm opening this all up anyways, so I can get more sunlight in here and just make it a bigger food plot. I could get a lot more stuff in here for the deer. Bigger opening back in here. And it's nice to get, I'm thinking really deep into this, but it's nice to get all these trees on this side, on the southwest side out of here, because we normally have a prevailing wind out of the southwest. So that means in the fall, you know, when this is all nice and green foliage in here, that wind comes and blows those leaves this direction out of the southwest, which means it's blowing right into the food plot here and covering up a lot of these greens with leaves, which eventually, you know, the more leaves that get on it, it ends up patting all the good green foliage down and killing it. So by taking out all these trees right here on the edge, it's gonna reduce the amount of leaves that are coming down in here too. So it's really just doing a lot of good getting rid of these trees. And then it keeps Kaylee and I warm on top of it. Helps to have a good sharp steel saw too. That thing just slices through these things like butter. Now we're gonna go ahead and load them up and then go back, split them, and put them right into the stove. Bring it here. We'll bring it here. That's a good girl. Drop it. Drop. Bring it here. Bring it here. Come on. Come on. Bring it here. Come on. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. What, are you a wood chipper? Are you a wood chipper? Okay, okay. You can get down, girl? Come on. Come on. One trick I'll share with people that are looking to haul a bunch of wood with a UTV. A little simple trick can cause you a whole lot less headache when you're hauling this stuff, is by taking a tiny piece of wood and just wedging the bottoms of this last row here. You know, like something like that is all you need. You put that in there and give it and wedge it. Now when I'm going up a few steep banks, there's enough of a wedge right here that these are a lot less likely to come sliding back off, especially when everything's snow. Put another wedge in right over here in this corner too. So just a little trick I've learned over hauling literally thousands of loads with this thing. That's not an understatement either. I've hauled a lot of loads of wood with this, but now we're going to take it back. We're going to empty the ash out of the outdoor furnace, the outdoor stove, split this into the stove, and we stay warm. Huh, girl? Scout loves cutting wood. And just like that, we got a tree cut down, wood cut up, wood split, wood in the stove, and the ash cleaned out. All to keep my lovely wife warm at night. And Scout really likes all this work because that's pretty much her playtime. But I'm really knocking out two birds with one stone. I'm able to do a lot of the land management that I want to do, you know, throughout the year, all at the same time cutting wood to keep the house warm. So it's really kind of a win-win, and you get exercise out of the deal too, which is important, not to get too out of shape here. So we'll go and get a few more loads, but I won't take you with me for the next few loads. This is kind of just a random idea for vlog to see if you guys really kind of enjoyed it or not. If you guys never want to see me cut wood and throw it in the stove again, tell me in the comments and I won't do it again. Thanks for watching, everybody.